Time for a twins pod.
Then I'm getting sucked off.
Yeah.
Are they going to be allowed?
I think they're going to be allowed, but we just got to outdo them. What we messed up last time, I think, we messed up in the midterms too. And I told people this. I was on a tour. I think I went to like 6 cities, and we were talking to people. They looked at me like I had 3 heads. Mm-hmm. I said, everybody needs to vote in every way that you can.
Right.
Grandma and them ain't finna go to the poll. They forget the last minute,
right?
You know, or something happened to you. You don't know the poll date. You don't know where you're supposed to poll. Mail that thing in.
Right.
Do something.
Yeah, Democrats voting like every day for like 7 days. We just vote on
one day. What's the chance? What's the likelihood, bro, that something's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, like I remember one time, a long time ago, and I hate to admit this. I never told anybody this. In 2016, I couldn't vote in the primary. Now I didn't say nothing because I was embarrassed.
Right.
But I didn't know that Arizona was a closed primary. That means you had to be registered for the party that you can vote for. You can't vote at all.
Wow.
So last minute, right? I'm on election day. I show up there. They go, we ain't got your name on the thing. I'm like, well, I'm a registered voter. I got my voting card right here. Well, now, what party are you affiliated with? I wasn't a Republican, so I couldn't vote for the Republican. So my name wouldn't even show up in a closed election.
Wow.
And that's how it is. Arizona's a closed election. I think Texas, I think California is a closed election.
They trying to keep them niggas from voting.
Yeah. So they want to make sure people don't do what like they did with Nikki Haley in Vermont.
Right.
Where the Democrats just voted for Trump instead of vote for Biden because who cares? Yeah. And so, so you wait till the last minute and something like that pop up. My wife, she was helping out in the election just recently, and people were like not doing their signature right and everything like that. And you only got a couple days to cure those ballots for them to count. And if you do it on election day, your window is a lot shorter.
Right.
And so people were knocking on the doors, they were missing them, so they votes didn't count. Right. So you got it, man. While they hot. You know, if early election is done, my grandma and them or my cousin and them, talking about vote, get them to vote now. Get them to mail that thing in. Right. Your kids from college, get that thing, mail that thing in.
Yeah, you can't wait till last.
Me and the wife voted early. So we voted like the day early or 2 days early because what happened on election day in Arizona was on election day, the lines are out of control and the machines wouldn't work.
Right.
On election
crazy.
day. And so people are like giving up, they going home.
Yeah.
Or you mess around on election day and they call the state when you're still in the line.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. Last year, when Trump, they called Arizona early.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's like thousands of people in line ready to vote, and they just turn around and went home because they already called the state. So that's election interference. Yeah. You don't want to end up being that guy that believes that they called the state, and really Trump could have probably came back if everybody would have stayed in line. Right. It's just a projection. It's not 100% right.
Right.
So, we got to vote in any way you can. Vote early, vote by mail. Vote in person, encourage everybody to vote. We just got to outdo them at their own game. They got us, man. Yeah. They got us being stupid enough to think just vote on election day. That's the most, and they getting their millions doing everything. It's just like raising money. Yeah. If y'all raise money, you can only donate to us in person with a check on one day,
right?
Versus you saying, look, PayPal, Venmo, online, 7 days, you can mail it in.
Yeah. Can't give.
Hey, Trump said it. We going on election day. That's gonna be the day.
Yeah,
he's one of the supporters of that.
I know, which was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid, but they thought it was right, I guess, at the time because it sounded cute.
It's more patriotic. That's how it used to be anyway.
But it ain't smart.
You know what really pissed me off about Trump? He go out his way to piss off black folks. Like Rihanna was at the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
That was an amazing performance. She's pregnant. Right? She's like 500 miles up in the air.
I thought it was good.
It was awesome, and she's pregnant. Trump went on, Truth Social? Man, that was the worst performance
ever. He said ever in history. I'm like,
Trump. What are you doing?
It ain't even necessary. And I love Trump, bro.
Yeah.
But I wish that somebody was in his ear.
Yeah.
Even some of the stuff he said about black people. I know he don't care because he's not a racist, so he don't think about what he say.
Right.
But I wish he had a brother there that'd be like, Trump. Don't say it like that because that ain't gonna go well. My blacks. Yeah. And what did he say last time? I see the black ones.
Yeah, I can't see the white ones.
I can't see the white ones. I see black ones. It's a lot more black ones than it used to be. I'm like, Trump, God damn.
What are you doing, man?
I knew they were going to go all in on it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I said, dang, it's going to be a whole no. I'm going to have to defend it.
But to his defense, that's why we can trust him because he's so genuine. Right. But it hurts him.
Sometimes because of the ignorance.
Ignorance.
Yeah, the ignorance. They ignorant. So when he say something like that, they jump on TV. Look, he a racist, man. And after all the stuff that Trump then did that proves that he's not a racist.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to throw that out there. But, I wish that Trump would kind of, to a certain degree, kind of measure some of the things he say.
Yeah.
Because I think that it like some black people are like right there. They like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sick of these Democrats.
Right.
I'm finna go vote for. Heck no, I can't vote. Then you got to defend it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like when he
how
told the
about
football players, when it was the black players, it was fire those sons of bitches. I said, Trump, you just called black women.
It don't mean no, like it don't bother me because I know what he means.
I totally understand when he's defending our country.
Right.
You know, you're walking on a flag. Many people, man, hundreds of thousands of people died for that flag, and you're gonna trash people like that. I totally agree with what he's saying, but it just rubs black people the wrong way.
Let us do it.
Yeah.
Let us do it. If I could tell Trump, you don't have to say nothing. Like I got this.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say all the stuff that needs to be said. I'm gonna call it like it is. You just stay in your lane, so you don't. So you can make to the election.
Yeah.
You know. And then once you're president, I don't care what you say.
But that's why Trump, Barkley said he would punch anybody wearing that strip because of what Trump said. What did he say? He said
he was comparing the fact that black people resonate
with that
the black people wearing a mugshot and they do that. Was they talking about y'all?
I don't know.
Was he talking about y'all?
He was just talking about anybody that was. He probably saw a shirt or something. But yeah, he was talking about anybody who wear a mug shirt. I don't think he was calling us out specifically.
But you know how black people see things from a racist lens. Oh, so what? All black people are like thugs, and that's why we embrace it because that's their mindset. Trump doesn't realize that.
Yeah, but they also are freaking hypocrites.
Yeah,
right.
Black people don't glorify. Remember they said black people don't glorify shoes, and then what is his name? DJ Khaled. One of these dudes came out. No, but Fat Joe. Fat Joe came out with the shoes. It's like, hey, he the biggest dude in the game. What you mean?
Right.
And then they go, black people don't glorify drug dealing and thugging.
Yeah.
Every rapper on planet Earth that they sell out whole concerts wearing their merch and all this stuff. All they do is promote degeneracy.
Yeah, black people, man, they hold white people to a higher standard than they hold themselves.
Right.
It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame.
I get tired, bro. I be on the radio. I get so sick of it, and I be talking about.
They be calling.
I'm a coon, Uncle Tom sellout, bootlicker.
That's because they don't have nothing else to say.
They ain't got nothing. They mad though, but I can't stop telling the truth, bro. Black people just be cutting up, man. Every time I was on the radio the other day, and it was a crime committed, and you didn't know what race it was. I said I'll put my job on it. They black. This black people stuff. I said, man, look it up.
Right.
What do you know? Black woman and somebody. It was some shooting that somebody did in the store or something.
Right.
And I'm like, it's only black people do this stuff. How do I know the race of these people? It's because it's what black people consistently do. And then I made a mention, and I feel bad by saying, but I really believe this. I know why white people are sick of black people. I could only imagine, bro. You think about this. You look at the country, look at all the stuff white people done for this country. If they just go off their history, the Civil War, hundreds of thousands of white people died. Who gave black people freedom? Good white people. Who helped Harriet Tubman help the Underground Railroad to get black people to the north? Good white people. So white people have done all of these things in history. They see all of these black people being successful, equal opportunity. The reparations has already occurred with them giving affirmative action and all. They already gave black people reparations on so many levels. Welfare and all this stuff. And then 2024, black people still complaining. We can't never make it nowhere because the white man and white people got to be like, I'm sick of these. Here.
Have you ever looked on Instagram, TikTok, where you seen black people acting up? Read those comments. I know every white person feels because it's the truth. It's the truth. You don't see no other group of people acting like this.
They don't. It's no white Chicago. Yeah. Where they doing?
Hey, what's that argument? They say, oh, black people commit a majority of violent crimes. He said, no, black people kill black people, white people kill white people. I was like, that's all a left-wing talking point. You will never see an Asian Chicago. You'll never see.
They do because of proximity, right? Yeah. Most people live around it. But the percentage.
Yeah.
The per capita, the sheer numbers, black people overwhelmingly kill each other more than any other race.
Right.
And they're far above any minority race.
Right.
I think whites are probably around 80%, 70, 80%. Black people are like 96%.
Right.
And then black people kill white people twice as much as white people to kill black people. Yeah. They don't want to talk about FBI statistic. You can go look it up right now. So they don't want to talk about stuff like that. But, black people got to stop being hypocritical. And I think it starts with people like you and I. We raise our kids. In America, our kids are going to be considered black.
Hey, tell us about your Blexit movement.
Oh, Blexit, Blexit is me and Candace started in 2018 with just the idea of what we talking about. How do we get the messaging out there? Because you ain't finna just go in the black community and bludgeon people into believing this stuff. We gotta educate people. We gotta get into the communities and do community service, right? We didn't just go in there and be like, get off the plantation. We had people that from the community. We recruit people in the communities, and then they do back to school drives and stuff, and we sponsor and they have volunteers in the community doing community work. And then we'll have our little pop-up events where people will come. I'll tell you this. Very successful, I think, in the messaging, but it was very unfortunate because some of our major events, it was number of white people showing up. And it bothers me because black folks claim they want information and they're open-minded and we in the community helping and we recruiting, and then when it's time to hear a message, they don't want to show up. They probably watching football and doing all this other stuff instead of being educated. So that was disappointing initially, but then we start to see more and more black people starting to participate. Yeah. And now, we have chapters in I think we are in all 50 states. And so we're making some moves, but it's hard, bro. It's hard, bro. I wish I can get on here and tell y'all this great success story of like, man, we didn't change every black person. Yeah. We go to New York, we go to the Bronx. It's 400 black people in there. Right. It's hard, man.
It's 50 people in there.
50 people in there, and
you got 500 seats, 480 people white.
White.
You got 20 niggas.
White looking to help. What can we do? Yeah. Black people ain't doing nothing. You like we white people, we get it. Yeah. But y'all love black people more than black people do.
Right.
When I do events and try to do stuff in the black community, it's hard to get black people to support that. Yeah. White people are at the drop of a dime. They didn't feel it. We had 400 black leaders at the White House in 2018. I don't know if you guys were invited. I mean, we didn't know you guys at that time.
I don't know why I want that. I was like, man, I ain't a big enough Uncle Tom to be in the White House. Like, damn.
I
still haven't met Trump yet.
You haven't met Trump?
I haven't met Trump.
Man, did y'all go to UFC
Nick
fights?
Fuentes, the white supremacist.
Yeah, met him before y'all.
He met Trump.
Did y'all go to UFC fights?
I've been invited a couple times.
I would say maybe that's why I met Trump twice there.
Oh, okay.
For the first time, because I was at the White House, and I didn't want to do people like this.
Right. That was crazy, right?
Yeah. I want to do that, man. I'm gonna see him at some point. These young kids ain't never had a chance, never been on an airplane before. Right. I let them meet Trump, but I forget what I was talking about. Meeting Trump. What we was talking about?
Shit, I forgot. I got Biden brain over here.
Man. I'm sitting there running my mouth and jumped off topic talking about.
We was talking about meeting Trump and we was talking about Blexit.
Oh yeah, Blexit. We were talking about Blexit. So when we orchestrated that event, we had to raise money. Right. And the pitch was we had to go to fundraisers and pitch and say, look, we want to get 400 black leaders to the White House. We want to cover them. We want to get them flights if they can't afford it. And, the hotel, all that is going to cost like $1,000 per person. We got 400. So we had to raise $400,000. Man,
that's a lot of money.
90%. I mean, right off the rip, white dude. I'm in. We had to do a couple fundraiser opportunities, and then we had it all paid. We probably had one black donor.
Wow. Where can people go to support your Blexit?
So you can go to Turning Point USA because we merged with Turning Point USA, and so now we do it together. Okay. And the truth be told, it was very hard financially for me and Candace to kind of keep that thing going. And so partnering with Turning Point was probably the greatest thing that we could do.
I need some of that white privilege.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult for one reason because they have a crazy infrastructure,
right?
And we were just me and Candace, and we got our own lives, we got kids, and trying to keep that thing going. And if you think you finna go to black people to do it, it's just unfortunately they're not gonna respond. Black celebrities, they talk a big game, but they're not gonna put no money into that. They'll put money in Black Lives Matter, but not the stuff that we're doing. So when we did the merger, it has accelerated Blexit to a really good level. It's sustainable. We keep all our volunteers and our employees and stuff. We were able to retain everybody, and so it's moving along. It's doing great, and we still do events with them.